I'm Ellie.
And I'm Danielle. Have you ever watched one of our episodes and wondered what happens behind the scenes? Jack and Ellie have the scoop.
Ever wonder what goes on behind the scenes at PCHTV? Ellie and Jack have the story.
So about 3 years ago, I was looking at the course guide, and I saw a class called Radio and TV, and I was like, that sounds interesting. I stayed in it every single semester of high school, and I really enjoy it.
I really enjoy filming because it's fun to see what's happening around school.
I really like it. I've gotten the chance to see a lot of cool things that's happening at the school and things like that. Yeah, I really like learning about editing because I used to be pretty good at filming, but yeah.
This is Jack Whitner and Ellie Mueller.
As the 2019 through 2020 football season ends, Tegan and Ethan talked to Coach Goldie and several players about the ups and downs.
The Parkway Central Colts football team have had a somewhat disappointing season so far, going 2-6. We asked Mark Goldenberg about the highs and lows of this season.
Highs have definitely been the win at Parkway West and kind of the team coming together in the Clayton win. The lows have been a few. We've had some incidents off the field that were difficult to deal with, and we've had one of the toughest schedules in the state of Missouri, which has been very difficult for us to deal with, but hopefully we are moving in the right direction now.
Addie Sarangi tells us about the struggles so far this season.
I think the ups and downs, we started off with a hard schedule, so it's kind of tough competing against some of those better teams, but I think the upside to it was it really made us better for the stretch of it.
Hunter King tells us about his experience at football games as a senior.
It's kind of hard to explain. Just being a senior, you realize going to football games will be over soon, and just kind of wanting to take advantage of that. Losing your voice every game and just cheering the boys on has been a really good time and a cool place of just being together with all your classmates.
This is Ethan Benoit and Tegan Dunn reporting for PCHTV.
To school a few minutes late, and to make it worse, there's nowhere to park your car. The lot is filled this year, and there aren't enough spots for everyone. Michael, and Aslam interview students on the issue.
The lack of parking spots has become a huge problem at Parkway Central. With the sophomores incoming and getting their license, there are just not enough spots to fulfill the juniors and seniors' needs.
I feel like we have too many kids that are illegally parking in the lot. If you don't have a parking pass, then I don't think you should be coming to school. If you can't afford one, then take the bus. When I was a sophomore last year and I could drive, I originally parked in the middle school. However, I got in trouble for that, so then I started parking in the furthest back lot. I wasn't going to park in the main lot because I thought that would be unfair, and there were usually spots open in the back. But if you're a sophomore and you're parking in the main lot, then that's just unacceptable because there's people that do pay good money for those spots and should have the right before you.
Personally, I think that the school resource officer could, I wouldn't say do a better job, but maybe just each day go out and check to see if that students are parking and that they have passes, and if there are open spots and people parking on the side, then either give them a warning or let the student know in some way.
It's that time of year again. Cold weather and leaves falling means it's time for some people to head to the doctors and get their flu shots. However, some decide to abide the shot and take their risks. DJ and Jaheim have the story.
I think the flu shot is very useful. Folks are getting sick.
I think it's really not that big of a deal. I think people just over-exaggerate it way too much.
It's a shot you get that can prevent the flu.
Yes, I have gotten a flu shot before.
Yes. I mean, I don't like shots, so I guess you can say it hurt, but depends on the person.
No.
It hurts a lot right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've never gotten the flu, so I guess so, yeah.
I think so. I mean, I'm not sick, so I hope it's useful.
Playing games and using learning tools like Kahoot and Quizlet Live are a great way to study. Josh and Weston go out into the schools to see what students and teachers prefer.
Which game would you prefer, Quizlet Live or Kahoot? Quizlet Live or Kahoot?
I say Kahoot.
You had to pick one, Quizlet Live or Kahoot.
Kahoot.
I'm Weston.
And I'm Josh. And we interviewed multiple teachers on whether they would use Kahoots or Quizlet Live and why.
For in class, I would choose Kahoot because it allows you to interact with your classmates in real time and compete with each other, which I think is really fun.
I interviewed Miss Stewart on whether she would like Quizlet Live or Kahoot. You can see this here now.
Definitely Kahoot. 1, it has much better theme music. 2, during the holidays, they changed the theme music to fit the vibe of the holidays. And 3, it is all around better.
I talked to Mr. Papulus about whether you prefer Kahoot or Quizlet Live and why.
So depending on what we're studying at the time, will dictate whether or not I want Quizlet Live or Kahoot. What I like about Quizlet Live is that the students have to work together, gets them talking, which is a real life skill, communication. And Kahoot, one of the downsides to Kahoot is there's a set time limit, and some students need a little bit longer to work a problem. And so Quizlet Live allows them to work at their own pace a little more than Kahoot. So I think overall, I might prefer Quizlet Live.
This has been Josh Stone and Weston Meisenholder reporting from PCHTV.
A new law makes school districts start later in August. Josh went out to find more about how it will impact Parkway Central.
I'm Josh Stone, and as many of you know, Parkway has released their 2021 calendar, which is big changes based off a new law. Some of these changes include school starting on August 24th and switching to early release days instead of late start.
Well, it's starting late in the year. It'll be nice because it's an extended summer, but then at the end of the year, probably get other students to feel like it's a longer year, which then could not have good morale in school.
When Dr. McCarthy found out about the new law last year, he had mixed feelings about the change.
I knew there were going to be people that didn't like the change. Students, parents, teachers, so that was concerning to me. When I first started teaching, this was basically the calendar that we had. I think it'll be okay. I think there are some upsides. I think it's so hot in August. like when would you rather be at the pool? Would you rather be at the pool in early June or in early August? I say early August.
PCH has a new talk show on YouTube. Hosts Matthew and Jesse talk about the events on everyone's mind.
As you guys know, Shane Dawson is not a beauty guru, so the fact that he was releasing a whole makeup line, it's just kind of like whoa.
Tea.
It wasn't, you weren't really expecting it, right?
I mean, tea.
Okay.
With a lot of new music coming out this year, Jack and Cam asked people what their favorite album of 2019 was.
We asked students around the school what their favorite album of 2019 were.
It's got to be Kirk by DaBaby. Because he just went baby on baby.
Summer Walker, Over It.
A new NBA Youngboy too. That head blown, you know what I'm saying? Hit it, I flip it, I wave it.
Igor by Tyler, the Creator.
I'm gonna have to go with Whole Lotta Red by Playboi Carti. I know it isn't dropped yet, but when it drops, the whole community is gonna be going crazy. We're all gonna be singing to it, dancing to it, Whole Lotta Red, Playboi Carti.
You already know, I gotta say the Young Boy. Hey, Young Boy smack.
Is Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. I really like it. I think every single song is good, and I like to sing it in the car.
Probably was Posty's album, Hollywood's Bleeding. That one was really good.
So Much Fun by Young Thug. I really enjoyed it because, it was so much fun.
To be honest with you, I haven't listened to a new album since 1994.
For PCH TV, this is Cam and Jack.
Thanks for watching.
Have a great weekend.